Welcome to the December 16th, 2019 Advance Report from McGowanGroup clients and NetWorthRadio.com listeners. I'm Spencer McGowan, President, McGowanGroup, your financial weatherman for another fast-paced tour of the global financial markets with education and strategy discussion designed to take you to the next level as an investor. Thank you for joining us. Here we go with the Dow Jones Industrial Average. We actually had the Dow, the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000 Small Stock Index, and the S&P make all-time new highs, not with much distance, by the way, from January of 2018, but it is a new high on the indexes, and of course year to date it's a 23% return, which recovered from last year, and if we judge it from the high point of 2018, it's about a 6% overall gain from that point. What happened this week that drove those money flows? The headlines that came, I would say, are two things. The Fed said they're not going to do anything for quite a while. More importantly, the institutionalized ongoing trade negotiations between the U.S. and China is a very healthy development. Progress incrementally over long time periods. We've been going through this for 2 years where the Dow might go down 800 points or 1,000 points because there was a bad headline. What's happened now is it's an ongoing healthy process, and the markets reflect that. The trade wars were supposed to take us into recession. Clearly that did not happen this year. The looming recession has all but been dispelled by the jobs market. And of course retail sales up 3.1% year over year. That was good news from Friday as well. Here, wanted to highlight an asset category. We call it global high yield. This is one example. There are many different funds with different performances and not without price risk. But total return, 21.35% so far this year. Competitive with the equity markets, yet it's fixed income. And that may play a part in many portfolios, especially if you like getting income while you wait. Some of those funds still at a nice discount. There's an allocation strategy discussion. If you want to upgrade your plan for 2020, well, come down, meet the team that cares at the Crescent, McGowanGroup Asset Management. NetWorthRadio.com has a preliminary client questionnaire when you get there. Okay, this is biotech on a 5-year basis. Well, that just doesn't look as good as the Dow, does it? But what did happen this year is a huge spike in money flow in the biotech area. There's more work to be done to explain this. Alex and I and the team are on the case. What's happening in pharma and biotech? Well, a good money flow, but just since really the fourth quarter beginning here. NASDAQ Composite Index, thanks to technology, Microsoft, Apple making all-time new highs this week. A whopping 33% total return for the NASDAQ, and the aggressive growth portfolios, an extraordinary year. Will it repeat in 2020? Well, these numbers are hard to say they could sustain for very long at all. And what category should we be looking at that's a bargain to see what to do for 2020? Well, let's take one of the indicators that we did. At McGowan Group, we love doing deep research, and thanks to Harrison Smith and Stephen Norris, we actually have 17 of the energy infrastructure pipeline companies, if you will, in an indicator. We took it all the way back to 2005, thanks to the good work of Harrison and Stephen. What you notice here is the energy bear market cycle for the value of these companies, and then we see this year there's a little spike right here, and that may tell us something. But right now this index is trading at the equivalent of essentially $30 barrel oil and declining activity, but that's not actually the case. The flows are increasing, liquid natural gas exportation. This could be the greatest dividend category for the next 5 years, and it's a potential bargain buying portfolios at half price when the companies are actually delivering earnings increases and revenue increases on a longer term basis. They finish most of the pipe. So I want to show you that spike real quick. You see here, this is tax loss selling pressure plus some pension plans like California, New York said we don't want any fossil fuels. This, I think, is our opportunity, and this week's spike certainly justifies that. I will say that the total return year to date for the pipeline area has been the better part of 10%. So this year it was not without recovery. What's ahead? Well, potentially, if that index were to approach its old highs, there's some gain potential on top of a nice, healthy dividend. I'm Spencer McGowan, your financial weatherman. Thank you so much for joining us at YouTube McGowan Group. Be sure to subscribe, and if a friend is pushing you to give them financial advice, well, just send them the link. We're grateful that you're here. Next week, we'll have an update. If there's fast breaking news, you'll get a special update at big market events. Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. I'm Spencer McGowan, President McGowan Group, your financial weatherman. We sponsor each week NetWorthRadio.com broadcast that has the charts and graphs, many of which you saw today. We also sponsor this YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe for fast breaking news, an alert when we post something in a market condition that may have changed. Our goal is to help you as an investor make the right decisions at the right time. And that's part of what this YouTube channel is about, as well as NetWorthRadio.com. I am well served with a team of 10 people, including myself. And that team that cares is actually made up of people who devoted to your net profits and your success, as well as excellence in service. If you want an educational experience to follow this up, get to NetWorthRadio.com, the McGowanGroup.com. Right here, we disclose our net client experience all the way back to 2001. What that includes, the bear market cycles of 02, 08, 2018, and the recoveries through the most recent quarter. That is true education of investors and exactly how our clients have done, disclosed right here. Further disclosures, value at risk of loss. Yes, investments are going to fluctuate. That's part of the reason for this broadcast. And that can actually work to your advantage. We'll build that into your plan. So I urge you to go to NetWorthRadio.com, fill out the preliminary client questionnaire, a free 1-hour brainstorming session by phone or at the Crescent in Dallas, and we will map out a multi-year plan for you and your family that's appropriate. Just because we talk about a security on this broadcast or any securities doesn't make it a recommendation for your portfolio until you have that written plan. Thank you for tuning in today, and we'll be back next week as your financial weatherman.